Hello everyone, welcome to Programming Knowledge. So I again welcome you all to yet another tutorial at Programming Knowledge. In today's tutorial, we are going to cover two-pointer approach. But before that, you can move to this GitHub link, github.com/pro software development, and you can move to this repository, competitive coding with Python, and you can get all the codes implemented in Python prior to this tutorial. So let's get started with today's tutorial. So today's tutorial is about a core technique. So we are starting with some few core techniques, and the first one we are going to cover is two-pointer approach, a very important techniques. You will get to know how we implement two-pointer approach, and we are going to tackle two questions or topics on that is two-pointer approach to check if a string is palindrome and find the target value in a sorted array. So these are two separate things, and we are going to cover them using the two-pointer approach. So let's get started with the tutorial. I can show you some test cases. Suppose like this is for palindrome. This is The palindromic words are those words which if we read those words from either left to right or right to left, they are read as same. That the civic is a one word. If we go from here left to right, CIVIC, and from the same way we go from right to left, CIVIC. But I'm going to show you what is the best deal to do with two-pointer approach, and I'm also going to show you how we can search for target value in a sorted array. So we also come to that, but let's start with the coding part. To define is palindrome, I'm going to define a function is palindrome, and I'll take a string parameter. So since this is a two-pointer approach, the two-pointer approach has a basic template. So we are going the basic template here. We initialize pointers, name it any. I'm going to name with the I. It starts with the starting point, so it starts from the start, and another will start from the end. J would be len, then s minus 1. So this starts from the end notation. So this is one of the techniques how we can deal with two pointer approach. Now what we can do, we will now what we can do, we can compare the two values. Since I told you the values from the uh, starting and the ending in the palindromic strings are same, so we try to loop while I less than j until they don't intersect. So we perform our operation if s of I is not equal to s of j. The character from starting is not matching the ending. Suppose let's do one iteration here. Let's take this word civic, and this is I, and here I have j. They both are matching, so then we move to the next. So I comes here and j would come here, and then again they are matching, then we iterate, and now they try to intersect. The j would come in the middle. I hope you are understanding. So this now in the intersect we break the loop, and then we return true since we match them. In the same way, uh, let's iterate over level. The I pointer is going to be at here, and the j pointer is going to be here. There is a match. So if there is a match, we increment the j and increment the I. Perfect. So this is the match after first iteration. Now the second iteration e also matches. There is a match. Then we increment the I and we decrement the j. So j would come also at the same level. And again they both intersect and we break the loop. So this is the case. Okay, we get the values. Okay, now uh, so uh, we are going to do this is how we iterate. So if s of I is not equal to s of j, we simply return false, because we need a condition to break the loop. Either we wait for this loop to end, or either we wait for a condition to occur. So this way we break the loop. Else part, and the else part, what we can do, else we increment I is equal to I plus 1, j is equal to j minus 1. Then we complete a function. Let's take the number of test cases int input, and then we take a for I in range t test cases. We run our program. S is equal to str input. We take a string input, and then we print uh, I missed something. Yes, when the loop is finished, so we don't return false. We don't have a condition to return false. Then we simply return true. And then I'm going to print palindrome is palindrome with the function calling s as an input parameter. So let me show you the outputs. The here, let's copy this. I'll also copy this 4, and now we move to the uh, algorithm. Yes. Now let's yes. Here you can see this is a palindrome. This is a palindrome. This is not a palindrome, but a single character A is also a palindrome. So this is a one program with the uh, we do with the palindromic strings. So let's do the another. Let's comment this out. I'll comment this out. Let's go with the second algorithm. Second algorithm says given a sorted array. Please note this is a sorted array, and the target value is 18. So we if a target like I have put a wrong value. Like let's take a value uh, 16 to 14. Uh, 14. Okay. Let's like 4 1 comma 4 comma 10 comma 16 comma 20. There are some few values. The 14 is the target value. Yes, we occur with the 14. Yes, 14 is there in the algorithm. Sorry, what I mean by suppose this is the array. This is an array, and this is the target value. So we need to look if there are two elements in the array which sum. When we add those two value, we add those two value, then their sum is equal to 14. Yes, 4 and 10 are the two values. In the same way, let me take 20. 4 and 16 are also the two values. This is not necessary that they are going to be the consecutive elements. They need to be only the two values. Let us take 26. 26 as a target value. Yes, it occurs 10 plus 16. So this can be also solved by a two-pointer approach. This is a very basic technique. The same algorithm applies for them as well. Let's start with the coding part. So what we need to do, we need to initialize two pointers. What we can do, define two to sum. We take array as a parameter and target as a parameter. Now same thing, we initialize start pointer I is equal to 0, initialize end pointer j is equal to len a minus 1. So this is the basic template. This is the main template of the two pointer approach. Then we do the same thing while I less than j. Simple. We get the uh, uh, sum value of a of I plus a of j. Sorry, a of j, and we check target is equal to sum. Then we simply break the loop or return true. We return true, but before that we can print values. This is the values, uh, and we can also print the this is the dot format. We can find the values a of I comma a of j. So this is the values we have, and then we can also print the indexes. So this is can be done in the same way. We also print the indices dot format I comma j. Yes. So we return true. Now we also make a comparison. We also make a comparison. Elif if sum is less than target. So if the sum is less than target, we need to move. I'll open the test cases. Sorry. If the sum is less than target, then we increment the I pointer because this is a sorted array and we need to increase the value. So here is the code. Yeah. So we increment I is equal to I plus 1, else j is equal to j minus 1. So if the sum value is greater than target, then we decrement the j. Then if we don't get this, we return false. Simple. Then we take test cases input is equal to int input. So for I in range t, I have a array equal to list map of int comma input dot split, and let's take a target value is equal to int input, and this call a function print to sum. This would tell us about whether the sum of any two elements is equal to target value in the array, and we call this function target with parameter. And let's run our code. So let's run with the code with this. Yeah, so this is our first test case. Let's run this algorithm. Now we move to the algorithm. I'll run the algorithm. No error at all. Yeah, okay, there is an error. Unsupported open int and type list. Okay, there's some issue. Okay, I found the error. Actually, in this line here, you can see I had just indexing was false because there was an error. It had to be a of I plus a of j. Simple. And okay, now I run my algorithm for the first test case. Here you can see that I have put my input parameter array. Then 10 or 16 are the two uh, components, 10 and 16, and the indexes are 2 and 3, and it returns true. So again I can call for another function as well. I can run it again, and look, let me call for uh, 4 plus 16 is 20. So sorry, I had not put the test cases. This is for one test cases, then 20. Here you can see 4 and 16 equal 20, and in the same way the index are 1 and 3. So indices might not be necessary that they are consecutive elements. And the last we can run for this test case as well. I'll copy this and call the code, and now let me run my algorithm. I'll put one test case and then put this array. Yes, 189 is equal to 89 and 100. The index was 2 comma 3. So this is the approach, and the time complexity of both the algorithm is O of n, because time complexity is equal to O of n. This could be a worst case scenario, but this is the best approach to solve this kind of problem. We would also come with more techniques with on arrays and strings. So thank you guys, thank you so much. I'll catch up in the next tutorial.